Welcome to Season 2 of the Empower to Heal podcast. I'm your host, Dina Tipsherini, and I'm so excited to take you on a journey through the ups and downs of motherhood. Together, we are going to learn, prepare for, and unearth all things motherhood, because I believe that exposure and awareness can lead to empowerment. So buckle up for an unfiltered, raw, and insightful journey. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Empower to Heal podcast. Today we're going to be talking about something that's a little bit more like a public service announcement. And this is information that I feel like every human needs to be aware of and know. And it's information that a lot of people shy away from learning, wanting to know about, and talking about. So there's no surprise that the world of mental health has a big taboo stigma around it, right? Sadly, we see people who have struggles with their mental health in a certain light, and there's judgment around that. This is something that I desire to bring an end to, because every single one of us is a human having a human experience in this life. And a human experiences all the highs and all the lows. And a human experience comes with complexities. And the human mind is more complex than we'll ever understand. And how it connects with feelings and emotions and responds and reacts to the things around us. We're learning more and more every day through science. But we'll never know everything. Because we are just that magnificent and magical, right? Think of it. Somehow, our bodies subconsciously, once a sperm and an egg connect and the egg is fertilized and it makes its way into your uterus, somehow our bodies grow a baby without us even thinking about it. We don't sit there and think today we're working on that heart, or, how are those eyeballs coming along? We do not think about that. Our bodies just do it. And then when we hold our baby in our arms, we're surprised by what we see, right? We are astonished by the beauty of the child we just grew within ourselves. This is just a little perspective around the little that we know about how things work in this world and the reality of the human experience being messy and complicated and bigger than our imaginations, bigger than what we can touch and comprehend and write about, more than our language can explain. But when it comes to the world of mental health, we know experiences. We can track and research interactions and experiences and try to make sense of them. And as a mental health therapist, I'm a perinatal mental health certified therapist. I'm aware of the ways in which our brain shifts and changes in these seasons of life through pregnancy and beyond. This journey of motherhood. And how all these things are interconnected and work together. I have an understanding of what we know in science. And the reality is every single human being in this world is navigating life with their own complex thoughts, feelings, emotions, experiences. Every single one of us is doing that. And so when it comes to maternal mental health, my hope is that we can normalize that these experiences may be different for us across the board. Some of them may be things that we've learned through psychology and research that we can treat and help bring back to more feel-good, desired emotions and feeling states. But all of us have big feelings and experiences. None of us get to go through life unscathed. None of us go through life without feeling grief and sadness and sorrow and confusion, defeat, overwhelm. These are human experiences. It's what we do with these experiences that matter. Do we live in them? Do we allow them to take over and become all-encompassing? Are we able to feel them, express them, move through them? I believe that feelings are experiences that your body has. They're communicating and telling you something. They're held in your body, in the fascia, your tissue, your muscles. We experience them deeply. And then when they've delivered their message and you felt them fully, they may fade. One of my coaches and mentors has a saying, a feeling fully felt finally fades. And it's true. When you start sitting with your feelings instead of running with them, when you learn to be able to sit in discomfort and assess and analyze and understand what that feeling is trying to communicate, and you let it be expressed through your body in a safe way that feels aligned to what you're feeling, then it goes away and we can experience and feel other things. Well, in the world of perinatal mental health, there is this mental health crisis we're experiencing in our country, in America. Before the pandemic, research showed 1 in 5 to 1 in 7 birthing people who have given birth, experience what's called postpartum depression or perinatal mood and anxiety disorders. Depression is one of those experiences that we may have. And in the pandemic, another study was conducted, and it shared that as many as 1 in 3 reported feeling symptoms of postpartum depression. And then there's this caveat of like, these are just what people feel safe reporting in these research studies. Not everyone feels like they can be transparent around their experiences. So we know that these are the statistics, but we're assuming that there's likely more people having these experiences. So if you're in a room with your closest friends and you look around, you can count how many people are in that room, and you can assume how many people in that room have likely experienced symptoms of postpartum depression. But as a human, postpartum depression is often the only thing that we're exposed to. We have baby blues and we have postpartum depression. We think that it's when you are sad and weepy and you're struggling to connect or bond with your baby, and that those are the only things that require support and help. But I can tell you from personal experiences, I was a therapist, unaware of the realm and spectrum of experiences you could have in the postpartum season until I entered my own postpartum season. And when I entered my own postpartum season, I became aware of this wide variety of experiences that I was in no way, shape, or form prepared to experience. And I didn't have language to describe what it was. And I was in this haze, this fuzzy, like just trying to survive state of things. And as I was experiencing this haze and this fuzz, I couldn't say in that moment, I need help. I didn't tell my partner my experiences. I didn't speak my truth. All I could do was survive and put one foot in front of the other. And when I began to serve and support other people on their journey again, I did so in a way that incorporated somatic experiences, breath work, a deeper understanding of the human experience and how our body and our mind work together. And I did those exercises and interventions with the clients I was serving. And as I did them, I began to feel better. And as I began to feel better, I became more aware of like, holy smokes, I've been in the depth of something and I couldn't even see it. And so I'm here to talk to you about perinatal mood and anxiety disorders. And this is just the introduction to perinatal mood and anxiety disorders. But the reality is that these emotional struggles, maternal mental health struggles, is common. It's as common as maybe still 1 in 3 parents, even though we're out of the pandemic. It's as common in as least 1 in 5 people who have given birth in that first year after having a baby. Many people report experiencing these struggles usually about 3 months, 12 weeks after having their baby. This isn't an experience that we just like, oh, nope, I had like the baby blues. I got through the first 2 weeks. I'm feeling better. And then like, everything's good and great. No, these experiences can happen at any point in time in that clinically at any point in time in that first year after having a baby, but are most often shared about 3 months after having your baby. People report experiencing these struggles. I share that information with you because information is power. Knowledge is power. Understanding the chances that you may experience a struggle gives you power to prepare, to communicate and build your support system. In addition to the 1 in 3 or 1 in 5 people who have given birth that experience postpartum depression or perinatal mood and anxiety disorders, partners report experiencing this, and the ratio is about 1 in 10 prior to the pandemic. I don't know what that statistic is now. It may be outdated. It may be far lower than it really is. Again, we have to look at the taboo nature of people really feeling like they can communicate and say this, report what they're experiencing. But the reality is, so many of us parents are walking through these early stages of parenting a young child, feeling the depths of this heaviness. And there's things that we can do to begin to feel better. So my commitment to you on this podcast is to educate you around these experiences, around what we call perinatal mood and anxiety disorders, which are often referred to as PMADs. That's the acronym for them. And I want to educate you around what you might experience and how to tell if you're having these experiences and what you can do if you're having these experiences to begin to feel better or to reach out for help, because you're not alone. I want to share something with you. And so this is your official trigger warning. I'm going to be talking about statistics that may bring up emotions inside you. And these statistics are related to maternal mortality rates. We have this maternal mental health crisis in our country, and there's this scary statistic that I've been hesitant to say up until this point, but the maternal mortality rates in our country have been increasing at a rapid rate. And the number one cause of death after giving birth is not related to physical issues with your body from the birthing process. It's actually our mental health. Because of poor maternal mental health, we have increased rates of maternal death. That's happening within the first year after having a baby. I know this is staggering. I know this is a lot to take in. But the reality is it's preventable. And the first way we can work to prevent it is through knowledge and education, which can help decrease the stigma, increase the awareness. And then the second and the most effective way that we can treat this is through your community and your support system. Having an aligned and supportive community, a group of people around you, mothering the mother in this first year after having a baby. Listening and understanding, not judging, not pressuring, not putting their ideas and their parenting methods on you, but giving you what you need so that you have the space and the wherewithal to give your baby what they need to support your mental health, to know that you're not alone. Relating to you, speaking their truth to you so you have permission to speak your truth as well, so that you feel that permission. You always have that permission, but so that you feel empowered to share your truth. So, welcome on this journey of our new segment, our new theme in the Empower to Heal podcast, talking about PMADs, perinatal mood and anxiety disorders. I'm looking forward to sharing more about them and the different types of experiences you may or may not have in this season of life, in the postpartum season. The postpartum is the first year following childbirth. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being willing to listen to this episode until the end. Thank you for being willing to listen and hear the depths of how important this is and sit with the emotions that come up with you. If you have felt deep emotions as I have shared this information, I invite you to place a hand on your heart and a hand on your womb or your womb space if you don't have a womb. I invite you to take a deep breath in through your nose and exhaling through your mouth, allowing your exhale to be longer than your inhale. Breathing again in through your nose. And this time, as you exhale, relaxing your belly, making it soft and relaxed. Breathing in this way can communicate to your nervous system that you are safe. So I invite you to continue breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, with your belly soft and relaxed, until you feel regulated and calm, hearing the sound of my voice, feeling your feet on the floor or the seat beneath you. feeling your body beneath your hands, the rise of your chest, the inflation of your belly. Soft belly. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for opening your heart and your mind to learning about things that society often doesn't want to learn about, but they're real and they're important. You're important. Your mental health, the mental health of your loved ones matters. And so we're going to keep talking about the hard things. And we're going to build awareness. We're going to create space within ourselves to feel and to ground and heal through these experiences. If you need someone to talk to, if this was a lot for you to digest, head on over to my website, hit me up. We can connect, we can talk. I welcome you into my communities that I provide for coaching services. I also welcome you, if you live in Arizona, into my therapy practice. I look forward to connecting with you, and I'm so grateful to share this space with you and to talk about the hard things together. I'll see you in the next episode. Motherhood is a beautiful journey, but it can also be overwhelming. Do you often find yourself feeling isolated, struggling to find balance, and yearning for a sense of identity beyond mom? Trust me, you're not alone. Join the Empowered Mamas Club, where you'll discover a supportive community of like-minded mothers. Gain valuable skills to navigate those highs and lows of motherhood, reclaim your sense of self, and become the engaged and present mom that you desire so that you can create cherished moments with your little ones. It's time to prioritize your well-being and rediscover the joy in motherhood. Click the link in the show notes and join us in the Empowered Mamas Club today. It has been an honor to share this space with you today on the Empower to Heal podcast, where we illuminate the strength you have within yourself to heal. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming episodes, and leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform.